Okay, we should be good to go. We're live. Hey, everyone. We are so excited for a new Scenes Live session this morning. Today, Riley Gilbreath is joining us, bluegrass country artist from Crowley, Texas. Riley began his taking banjo lessons at the age of 12 at a young age, and then went on to start his own band, Riley Gilbreath and Lone Star Blue, in 2021. Is that correct, Riley?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So we're so excited to chat with you today. You've also been nominated, I believe, this year for Western Swing Bluegrass Artist of the Year for Texas Country Music Association Awards. So that's incredible. Excited to chat with you more about that. And and just to dive in, but before we get started, I wanted to. So I'm Christine. I don't know if I haven't introduced myself. If some of you don't know me, I'm your new Scenes Live session host for our music and culture podcast. Um, Before we get started, I want to also share with you this amazing brand called Pharaoh. You can kind of see it. It's hard to see with my blurred background. Pharaoh Skincare. Ah, this always happens. I can't get it to not be blurred. But they are an incredible skincare lard-based company, and I've been using it for about a month now, and I really love the way it makes my skin feel. I know lard sounds a little strange. It's basically rendered pig fat, but it's extremely hydrating for your skin. It's got a ton of antioxidants, vitamin A, C, and E, and it helps with inflammation and acne and all these amazing benefits that this lard-based skincare has. They work with regenerative farms, which I absolutely love. All the animals are raised properly, grass fed. They play an integral role with healing the land and the planet. And so I really love this brand. And if you want to check it out, you can go to fair.life/scenes to get 15% off all your products. And I'll leave that here in the comments. Okay. So, Riley, we'll go ahead and dive in. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you're currently working on today with your band.
Okay, yeah. So, like you said, I started when I was about 12. Before I started playing music, I didn't play music at all. I was in karate for about 5 years and got my black belt. And then as soon as I got done with that, I just started wanting to play banjo. So, about 7 years ago, I started playing banjo. And the Bluegrass Heritage Foundation has a program called the Play It Forward program. And they lend out instruments to young kids to use however long they want. And so I got a banjo for about a couple months, and then until I could buy my own. And I started learning that for about a year and a half, taking lessons for about a year and a half with Jim Pinson, who used to play with the Front Porch Boys, Lyle Levitt, and Robert L. King. And I took lessons with him for about a year and a half, and then after that, he said, "Well, I've taught you everything I can teach you, so I just have to let you go." And so then I kind of picked up guitar, mandolin, upright bass along the way. And I love guitar just as much as I love playing banjo, so I play that just as much. And I started on the old Stanley Brothers stuff, real simple stuff that's just where bluegrass began, with Bill Monroe, Flatt and Scruggs, Stanley Brothers, and that's kind of where I got my style, and my roots. And then I kind of touched the Texas country a little bit, over the past 3 years, the Tyler Childers kind of stuff. And it wasn't too much of my thing, but I still like it. But then I kind of came back to my roots, Stanley Brothers stuff. And obviously I listened to the Oak Ridge Boys and all of that. And this I think this year actually is their 50th anniversary, and they just announced their farewell tour. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do that song, "Baptism of Jesse Taylor." And funny enough, the Stanley Brothers, or Ralph Stanley, had done that song too, with Keith Whitley singing it. So the version that y'all will hear after a while, that's the version I was doing. But I've also heard the other version with Oak Ridge Boys recently after that. It's really great too. So, but yeah,
Just
that's kind
listening
of,
to it
and
right
where I'm at right now. I'm just we got my band, and we're just playing as many shows as we can, and hopefully gonna be able to go in the studio and record a debut album soon. So
now. Oh, incredible. Well, you'll have to leave us some updates on that. That's beautiful, Riley. I love that you kind of just stumbled into it. I love that you found this organization that lends
yep.
instruments to children just to see if they like it, forever how long they want to use it, and
Hmm.
then you sort of fell in love with it. What's the before we dive in, before we cut to your clip here that you sent us, Baptism of Jesse Taylor? what's the I'm not too familiar with the, the roots and the history, but what's the difference between when you say bluegrass and Texas country, and how you sort of fuse those two together in your music?
Well, bluegrass, it's very traditional. I mean, it can be progressive. There's progressive bluegrass and traditional bluegrass. I'm kind of in the middle, but I mean, I love both traditional and progressive and in the middle. But I kind of stick in the middle where I'm not one or the other. That way, I kind of stand out a little bit.
Hmm.
But sometimes you can hear a little bluegrass and Texas country songs. People will kind of fuse a banjo or dobro in there a little bit. So it can kind of touch some corners a little bit. And then, like I said, bluegrass goes along with traditional country too, like the Oak Ridge Boys. And because a lot of the same songs will be done, like the same exact songs, and they'll be done a little bit differently. And if you just listen to the lyrics, it's the same song, and then it's just a different arrangement. And that's the cool part about it, is that all the country and bluegrass songs are very versatile, that you can kind of flip back and forth and do different styles and versions of them, and that's what I like about it.
Okay, and you introduce more of the banjo into your music, which just gives it that bluegrass touch.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, beautiful.
Well, at least when I'm playing with my band, I front the band with banjo, and but when I'm playing by myself, solo gigs, I'll play old country stuff, but also I'll play bluegrass stuff, the traditional stuff like I was talking about. I'll do a lot of cross picking, which is kind of the form of that traditional stuff, is what they do that gives it that real old sound. And cross picking is kind of like you're picking down and you're picking over the second string. It's a
Oh.
kind of complex deal, but once you figure it out, it's pretty simple.
Is that what you're doing here in this video we're about to watch? Because
Yes,
I
ma'am.
was looking at your fingers. I was like, wow, how does he do that so quickly?
Yeah.
Okay, let's cut to his clip here. And then from what I understood, Riley, this is honoring the 50th anniversary of the Oak Ridge Boys, right?
Yes,
This is
ma'am.
your
Yep.
baptism of Jesse Taylor, that version. So we'll cut to it here and we'll listen to a minute of it and then we'll come back to you.
All right.
Among the local taverns there'll be slack business, 'cause Jesse's drinking came before the groceries and the rent. Among the local women there'll be slack cheating, 'cause Jesse won't be stepping out again. They baptized Jesse Taylor in Cedar Creek last Sunday. Jesus gained a soul and Satan lost a good right arm. They all cried hallelujah, and Jesse's head went under, but this time he went under fold. Scars on
Beautiful. Oh, I love that, Riley. That cross picking. Is that what you're doing there?
Yeah, there's two versions of it. As far as I know, George Shuffler, who played with the Stanley Brothers, and Junior Blankenship, they do it a little bit different. And for all the guitar players watching, George Shuffler would go down, up, down on the strings, and Blankenship would go down, down, up, which is a little bit more efficient, but it's not the usual version. But I kind of go back and forth between the two. Sometimes I'll forget which one I'm doing. I'll just pick one.
I know. How do you know? Wow. Yeah, I would not even be able to like concentrate. That's incredible. But the one you're doing is the cross picking, which is just shifting between the two.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of go back and forth. The first one's a little bit harder, so I'll usually do that on slower songs, and I'll do the down, down, up one on faster songs, because it's just a little bit more efficient and easier to do. But I'm
Wow.
working on getting the first one up to speed, though.
Oh, amazing. Colin James Nelson here says, "Wow, these nominations are are a huge compliment. Congratulations from Lake Superior in Ontario,
Thank
Canada."
you. Awesome.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about how that felt winning that award, and what does that entail?
I was
Artist
definitely
of the Year 2023 for Texas Country Music Association Awards.
I was definitely shocked. Of course, we haven't won anything yet. We were just nominated, but still, I was very shocked to be nominated. I mean, for any award, that's my band is not Western swing, but it's got the bluegrass in it. So, and actually, my fiddle player, Leah Sawyer, she plays Western swing, so that we have a little bit of that in there. So that's probably where that entails. But I love bluegrass, Western swing. Anything that has to do with country music. So just to be nominated for that, that it at least touches the corners of my genre was pretty cool. I was just like, wow.
Oh, that's such a blessing. Incredible. When do they come out with the awards? When will you know?
November the 12th, they're having an award show at Billy Bob's there in Fort Worth. So we'll be up there and find out.
Oh, we'll have to keep following along to see how that goes. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Riley, tell us a little bit about one last question before we wrap up. I'd love to know how you incorporate gospel music and your faith into your music. I was looking a little bit on your website and on your Instagram, and I love that. I love that you have that touch to you as well.
Right. So I've always grown up going to church with my parents, and like I said, I really didn't start doing music or getting into it till I was 12. So I didn't really, appreciate the music and the lyrics and everything behind it until I got in my teenage years. And, and then once I started playing music, I just fell in love with the old gospel stuff. I started listening to Daly and Vincent and, a couple Oak Ridge Boys songs and and I just started learning them. And, here recently I've been getting a lot closer with God and been posting gospel song videos on Sundays, trying to keep a good reputation of that. Just because I give all the glory to God and everything that I do. I wouldn't be playing music if it wasn't for Him. I wouldn't have all the friends and opportunities and anything like that. So, I just give it all to Him. So I like to throw gospel songs in my videos and my sets and set lists and play at church and all that. So that's where the faith comes in. And so
Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that. You're right. We're nothing without Him, and I love that you're incorporating that into your music and
yes,
influencing society and culture with that as well. So
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous. Keep doing it, and we're going to keep following along. Riley, what's next for you in the Lone Star Blue, and where can people follow you?
Yeah, so we have a few festivals coming up, October 5th and 6th and 7th. We will be in San Angelo, Texas at the West Texas Fest on October 5th. That's at Gandy Inc. Sale Barn. And then October 6th and 7th will be at Big Bend Bluegrass Festival in Alpine, Texas. And you can find those ticket links on my website. And so, yeah, that's what we got coming up. And you can follow me on Instagram at Riley D. Gilbreath and on Facebook, Riley Gilbreath Official. And my band page on both is RG and Lone Star Blue on Instagram, and then Riley Gilbreath and Lone Star Blue on Facebook. And then I'm on TikTok. You can just type in my name and it should come up.
Oh, perfect. I just dropped the link for your website. So all of those should be linked from there, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. And Riley, I used to live in Texas. I did my master's in Austin, and I absolutely love that state. I did an internship with Texas Parks and Wildlife, and they took me all around the state. So I got to see everything, the pines, the woods, the prairies, desert, coast. I absolutely love everything, all the ecosystem.
That's awesome.
Well, hopefully I can get back out there and catch one of your shows somewhere out there in Texas, and we'll be definitely following along and praying for those nominations and for those awards coming out in November.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Riley. Have a great rest of your day.
All righty. You too.
And then for all those as well, following along, make sure to subscribe to our Substack, Music and Culture, where you'll get more updates on upcoming shows, upcoming interviews with artists just like Riley, other industry insiders as well, with people who have been in the industry for quite a while and have some advice and some insights on how they got to where they are today. So I'll drop that here in the comments as well. It's called Music and Culture. All right. Thanks so much. Take care, Riley.
Bye-bye.